The Kerala government has decided to implement the PM SHRI, a central scheme under the National Education Policy 2020, after objecting to it for 3 years. The decision follows the state's announcement to increase the minimum age for Class 1 admission to 6 years. The PM SHRI scheme is designed to develop the basic infrastructure of 14,500 selected schools nationwide. The scheme will include a maximum of 2 schools, a primary and secondary, from each BRC, Block Resource Centre. And if implemented, around 336 schools in Kerala will benefit. Each of these schools will receive annual aid ranging from 85 lakh to 1 crore rupees over a period of 5 years. While the centre's contribution will be 60% of the amount, the state's share will be about 40%. Kerala and other opposition-ruled states had refused to join PM SHRI as they would then be forced to implement the NEP. Kerala also objected to the condition to display PM SHRI school boards in front of the institutions receiving the funds under the scheme. Kerala government there now has decided to implement the PM SHRI, a central scheme under the National Education Policy 2020, after objecting to it for years. The decision follows the state's announcement to increase the minimum age for Class 1 admission to 6 years. And Kerala and other opposition-ruled states had refused to join PM SHRI as they would then be forced to implement the NEP. But after objecting to it for years, Kerala has now decided to join, to implement, the PM SHRI, which is a central scheme under the National Education Policy. The PM SHRI scheme there is designed to develop the basic infrastructure of over 14,000 selected schools nationwide, and the scheme will include a maximum of 2 schools, and if implemented, around 336 schools in Kerala will benefit. Each of these schools there will receive yearly aid ranging from 85 lakhs to 1 crore over a period of 5 years. The centre's contribution will be 60% and the state's share will be 40%. Kerala had objected to the condition to display also objected to the condition to display PM SHRI school boards in front of the institutions receiving the funds under the scheme. This scheme, in fact, would require the implementation of NEP as well. But Kerala has decided to join the PM SHRI scheme, under which 330 schools will be benefited. The state government there yielded to the centre's demand to join the scheme after the latter denied Kerala its share of funds from national education programs. The centre also imposed financial sanctions on the state, leading to a crisis in the implementation of several centrally sponsored educational programs under Samagra Shiksha Kerala. Let's go across to my colleague Vivek Narayan, who joins us with more details on the same. Vivek, everyone I'm sure would want to understand from you that why is it that after showing resistance for over 3 years, has Kerala decided to implement the PM SHRI central scheme?
Yes, what I'm understanding from my sources in the education department is that Kerala has been facing a lot of issues, especially when it comes to financial assistance. Now, Centre has made it very, very clear that if they require funds, especially for such projects, educational projects, they have to join. Now, the LDF government for the last 3 years have objected for the PM SHRI had because there was a condition where the PM SHRI school boards in front of the institutions receiving the funds has to be displayed. Now, LDF government, especially senior CPM leaders and even the CPM secretary, was of the opinion that such displaying of PM SHRI would actually give the central government an edge. And also remember, when you're putting such posters or such boards, prime minister's photo will also be displayed. Now, this is something which the CPM has been opposing to. No, it's not just on this particular scheme. There are various other schemes which the state government has objected to, mainly because of this particular condition. But now that it has come to a conclusion after at least 4 to 5 rounds of discussion with the state government and the central government, between the state and the central government, that the state government will implement the PM SHRI, that is the Pradhan Mantri School for Rising India scheme, a central government scheme under the NEP, National Education Policy 2020. Now that would be implemented here in Kerala. Now, so this is actually a huge U-turn as far as Kerala is concerned. Remember, if for this, it is a centrally sponsored scheme, and central government will be funding for this. The basic infrastructure has to be provided by the state government. Now, even initially, the Tamil Nadu government has also objected to this. Even other non-BJP governments has objected to this. But now it's been decided by the state government that they will follow the suit. They will follow the instructions given by the central government, and the PM SHRI scheme will be implemented in Kerala. Now, this will be actually a big opportunity, especially for those government schools, government aided schools, and also college schools mainly. And this finally shows that the state and the center should cooperate, especially on subjects like education, because it's very, very important. Funds for education has to be given, and it is the responsibility of state government to accept these funds, because if you look at Kerala, there are a lot of schools, aided schools, where there are shortage of teachers. Basic infrastructure problem is still persisting, especially in hilly districts like Idukki, Palakkad, and also in Wayanad. And if this fund comes, it means that these funds could be used for upgrading these schools, especially in the tribal areas, and hence this is a win-win situation for both the state and the central government.
This is India's #1 news network, and you're watching News 9, English news as it should be.